Hey guys, Kaz here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at some handmade watercolours. So recently I'd discovered Etsy. I know it's been around forever, but I've never used it, and I've just become obsessed with looking at it, and I found a bunch of handmade watercolours on there, and I want to try them out because they look really interesting. This video to you will all be together, but to me it will take a little while because what I ordered is getting sent out at different times. But let's get into what I do have at the moment. So the first thing that came were these Jackman art materials, finest handmade art materials made in the UK. So this is a set of 5. This one is the wrong way around. This one came a few days ago, so I have already swatched these out. I'll show you them in a minute. But yeah, these are granulating watercolours, and they came in a set of 5. This one is a brand that I've heard of before because I've seen them. Scrawler Box has done a couple of boxes with Jackman's materials in them. I have some little pearlescent shimmer watercolours from them. So this one is one that I've definitely heard of. The other 2 things I ordered are from individuals who make their own watercolour. So yes. With this one, like I said, I've already swatched it out. I swatched it out on 2 different things to see what it's like. So this is cartridge paper. It's a sketchbook. It's not properly watercolour, but it's quite thin paper, cartridgey paper. And then I also have this 100% cotton paper. This is the Bauhung Academy watercolour paper pad. So I've swatched them out on these 2 already. So here they are on the non-watercolour paper, cartridge paper, whatever it is. And I think they actually work really well. Let me get a bit closer so you can see. You can see the granulation here, this one's pinky and purpley. You can see it's quite nice granulations. The only problem with this one is the little signs on them are totally not right. So for example, when I swatched this one, so look, this is Nebula. Look at the colour on this line. Look at this Nebula, yeah? Have you got that colour in your mind? This one. This one is Nebula, and that is the colour of the sign on the thing. To the point where I swatched this one first and thought they'd accidentally put the wrong sign on this, and that was Mulberry, because that is not that. Mulberry, again, this is a greeny colour. Let me just, there we go, Mulberry. You see this colour? You see the little sign on here? That's this one. This is this one. It's not the same. So yeah, that's the only problem I have with these. The actual watercolours are good. Lunar Blue, which one was that? I think that was that one. These 3 are not as bad. They are slightly the wrong colours, but they make more sense because at least it's got a green sign on it. At least it's got a blue sign on it. At least it's got that weird whatever that is. But this and this, especially this Nebula one, especially because it was the first one I swatched and I was like, what is that? But the actual colours are amazing. So let me just show you what it's like on cotton paper as well. So I swatched some on here, and this is what it turns out as. Again, you can see the granulation really nicely in here. And yeah, I really like the colours as well. I love this sort of muted dark colours, but also with a little bit of lightness in there as well. So that's those. I've already swatched them out, but I did have a package come today, so that's what I'm going to open right now. So I have this package. This is, I ordered 1 watercolour. I'll put all of the info in the description for all of these things that I've got on here. But this one is really small, so it's not a half pan, it's not even a quarter pan. I think it's a tiny thin pan, but anyway. Oh, that's packaged lovely. A little thank you for supporting my small business card. This is what I love about Etsy. Oh, a little 10% discount. And then just the way everything's packaged is so nice. So let me just open this out here. Another little card. I'll read that in a second. But it's packaged in this little bag. It's really cute. So, and this is what I ordered. Look how small it is, because it's quite expensive for a bigger one. This tiny little thing here, elderberry. This little tiny guy here is what I ordered, but it's also got a little free sample in here as well. Oh, that's really cute. So this is a free sample of some paint. I don't know which one. Maybe it's got this name on. No name. But look how pretty that is. It's not just a dot of a dot card. It's in a little shape. That is so cute. And that's a lot of paint as well. This free sample is like almost, maybe even more so, more paint than the one that I actually bought. Just about. So yeah, let's swatch these out. When I just showed you on camera, I definitely just showed you the bottom of this. This is the paint that I ordered. This is elderberry. It's what sold me was the swatch that was on the site. So hopefully that's what we get. I need a little pipette. Where's the little pipette that I had? Here we go. So getting a little bit of water with a pipette so these can get activated. I'm just going to wait a second for these to get going a little bit. Not for you though, it will be now for you. Okay, I'm hoping I've left it long enough. I'm going to zoom in a little bit as well, just so you're closer to the page. There we go. So we'll do the one I ordered first. So I'll do quite a bit of paint on this side, and then over here I'll just add loads of water to see what it looks like. And while we've got that one on the paintbrush, I'll do it on the cotton paper as well. There we go. Okay. Got quite a bit there, and then add a bunch of water going down. And I will come back to you when it's dried, but obviously I'll leave it for the moment so you can see what it looks like dried and granulated. But let's move on to the little one we got as a sample. I say little, it's a massive sample. So this is just on the normal regular paper. Make sure that's clean. Oh, this is very shimmery. Now, I don't really go for shimmery colours myself. I feel like I should probably do this on black paper as well because it is shimmery. So it's going to be quite transparent just with the shimmer on it. I don't know if it's really showing up on there. It's quite purple in real life, but it looks quite bluish on the screen. Let's try it on here as well. It's kind of hard to do this on screen. There we go. I'm going to just pick this up. That's better. See what I'm doing now. So there we go. That is the shimmery one. Oh yeah, you can see a lot of shimmer there. Add a bit more water, see what it looks like. Wet it down. And then, yeah, I am just going to grab some black paper as well. Oh yeah, you can see the purples coming through now. It takes a while for glittery ones to get going. I've got some black paper here. It's not black watercolour paper, but it will do with showing the shimmer up. So let's see what it's like on black paper. I feel like it's going to work a lot better on here. There you go. You always have to do shimmery colours on black and white paper because it just shows you how much of a difference it is. I'll show you that while it's still wet, and then I'll show you it when it's dry. So quite shimmery but still a wet shimmer. Just filming a little clip on my phone because I feel like it didn't do it justice on the full camera. Bit of a tint there as well, purple and blue. This is what it looks like. You can see a little bit of the shimmer. And then this is what it looks like on the cotton paper. But I will just jump back in with the first one we swatched. It's not fully dry, but hopefully you can see on here it's got a lot lighter. I feel like the camera's not showing it up perfectly, but when I put it down it's quite dark, but like the greeny and the yellow ears come in quite nicely. But I'll show you when this is dry and when I've got the rest of the paints to try. Right guys, we are back. We have another package. It's been a few weeks since the last one, which is fair. Different people have different ways they sell. For example, small creators might want to rack up loads of purchases and then send them all at once. Also in this one, the main thing I ordered was seconds. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically the creator, who is Quartz Creations, I will leave the stuff about, makes their own watercolours, and seconds are ones that have got like imperfections, might be cracked on the top, they might be half filled because there wasn't enough pigment to fill another one, all that sort of stuff. So they have like a group of stuff you can get, a group of different imperfections, 10, 20, 30, 40 or 50, and they're just super cheap and you don't know what you're going to get, so I have no idea what colours are in here. There was a thing you could specify saying whether you like greens or blues or yellows, reds, whatever. In my one I said I'm fine with whatever colour, but can we keep like the shimmery glittery mica pigments to a minimum. I said none or a few, so if there are a few in here that's fine, but I don't want loads of shiny ones because it's not something I use. So yes, there's one more thing in here as well. I bought a specific watercolour and it just sounds really interesting. So it's this red watercolour and it has magnetite, which is like a rock sort of thing, and it's magnetic. So I have a magnet here because apparently you can use a magnet and it like makes it do stuff. It just sounds really interesting and the colour looks really nice as well. So before I open this, I do want to just show you that one though. I bought another one of the Jackman's watercolours in between this. This one is called Petal Shadow. It went on sale and I thought it looked really nice, so I got one. And this is what it looks like. It's bluey purpley with an undertone of like pinky red, and I think it's really interesting. You can see how different it can look. This one was just like a wash. This one, it was on the paper and I did it. This one, put the water down first and then put a little bit in here, which is why there's a lot more of the red coming through. And talking of that as well, I did have a few more goes with the mulberry, you know, the one in the tiny little pan. And this is what I got there. So this one was just like slapping it about. I just wanted to see the different colours I could create, because obviously you can see the sort of green tints in this a lot more than the last one. And this one again was putting the water down first and then like putting the tip of the paintbrush on to see the different little effects you can get. So let's get into the actual fun stuff now. Let's open the package. I feel like this is just going to be a really fun thing because I don't know what the colours are. I don't want this, I'm going to put this magnet away over here. I don't know what's magnetised around here that might get wrecked. So, oh, that's so nice. Look how it's wrapped up. It has this bow on it and it has this like cloth. This is the thing. When you buy stuff on Etsy, it's always packaged so nicely. Look at it. Look. It's so cute. Oh, also I did buy an empty palette to put these in as well. Otherwise they'd just be everywhere. Look at this. The attention to detail. And I get a free bit of cloth. You'll love to see it. Ooh, look! I'm sorry, I know I just keep saying look, but look how nice it is. Everything's wrapped up so nicely. Ooh, mystery half pan, imperfect, thank you. I think this is just an extra. Even though pretty much all of the things I bought was a mystery anyway. So what have we got in here? We have some sort of green, I think. Is it written on? Chartreuse? I think it says chartreuse. We shall see. But anyway, that's our first half pan. This is just so cute. This one, oh, dot card samples. This is also just an extra sample thing. It's just, look at it. Look. Everything here is just a bonus. I mean, what? Look how big these dots are as well. This is a dot card for free. And look at it. It's insane. We have so many colours to swatch out. Look at them all. Absolutely madness. Now here is the main package. Now the one that's wrapped is going to be the individual one that I bought. Like that's a proper specific one. That is going to be the one that's magnetic. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit actually. Look at how many different colours we have. I love the fact that there's so many different colours. They have writing on as well. I don't know if all of them will have the name on, but we have salmon. We have Monte Carlo blue. We have, that one's not got a name. Peony. Peaches, I think that says. We have umber and blue grey. We have salmon 1. So that's salmon 1 and that's salmon 0. So they're both a salmon but they're a different colour. Oops. We have pale pink, umber. I think that's the same as that because you can get doubles, yes. Which is fine. Chromium oxide. We have vanilla, clear sienna, charcoal. I'm actually surprised they've all got names on, to be honest, because it did say that they might not be named. Light ochre. We have ochre. I don't know what that says. Posler. That's not a word, so it's not going to have said that. I don't know what that says. Warm ochre. I love an ochre. I love doing landscapes. This one doesn't have any on. And then tan. So really nice. Out of all of these, we only have one that's the same. But looking at the colours, it might even still be different anyway. I don't know if that's focusing. Probably not. There we go. Looking at the actual pans, it looks like it might actually be a different colour. They both say umber. But because they're handmade, it's very possible that like a different batch is slightly different, so they might even be different even though they're the same. And then we'll just go through these as well, all these freebies. So we've got burnt umber 2, pale pink, we have foliage green, burnt sienna, ITA, whatever that means, Gunther? Gun something, like a gunmetal sort of thing I think. Mona, a peony, Castle Earth, I think that says, Mogul Green, and Salmon 0. That is one of our random pans, and yes, that is everything in this little packet. And then finally, our red. It's called Scarlet Magnetite. It's a red that also does weird stuff with magnets, so very interested in that. I was going to swatch these out on the same paper, but I think I might get a bigger one. Okay, so I'm going to use this one instead, but this paper is not as rough as the other one, so I think I'm going to do the magnet one on this. Let's see how this magnetic thing works. Okay, so I've put a bit of water on here first just to try and like activate a little bit. I think I might do one side without using the magnet and one side using the magnet to see if you can see the difference, perhaps. So I'm just going to let that start working a little bit, see where it's doing. I think I'm going to do a bit of a wash as well because it's going to let it move around a bit better. So this, oh look at it, this is why I got it, it's such a nice colour. It's like blood in the best possible way. So this is going to be the non-magnet side, and then this side we're going to use the magnet. It doesn't matter that it's already the colour a little bit because it's going to be the colour anyway. So let's just pick this up, chuck it on here, maybe a little bit more water, more space for moving. And honestly, I've not read up on this, so I don't know if there's like a way to do this. But I'm just gonna, I don't know if you have to let it dry a bit or not. I'm just gonna see if this does anything. It does, can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Let me just zoom in even more. Can you see like this? Can you see this here? It's all... That's so interesting. I'm just going to focus on this section here so you can see it. Honestly, I don't know if the above camera is giving you as much as down below would. I might just try and film a little bit of my phone. Look at my fingers already. It looks like I've been bleeding everywhere. I'm going to try and film a sideways thing, so you try and see if you can get it. I'm definitely just going to get red all over my phone now. Right, let's see if this works. I might just do this side as well, just so you can see it better. So interesting. Anyway, I'm going to stop now. But yeah, that is super interesting. I really like the colour as well. It's just, like I've already mentioned, it's like a bloody red. And then you've got the magnetic stuff in it. It's really interesting. Yes, very much looking forward to playing with this a bit more. Okay, so I've put them all into this palette first, so I don't have to do it when they're wet. I've left the like fancier ones over here, so we've got that red and then the mulberry from earlier, and then everything else I've tried to make it make sense. We'll see. But I'm going to do the swatches of the dot cards first. I've put a little line next to the ones I also have in the palette to see if they're similar, if they're different enough for me to use them differently, because again, they're homemade, so there could be a difference between these colours if they were made at a different time. So yeah, I'm just going to swatch these all out and you will hear me talking over them, so enjoy. Okay, so first of all I did the light salmon on the little dot cards. These first few are the ones that I've got a couple of, so the pale pink is the next one, and then after that I do the peony. These three are the ones that I've also got in the actual pans, so I wanted to put them like that to see if they're the same or different. Then we go on to Burnt Umber 2, which is quite a nice colour. We have Burnt Sienna. This one was the one that said ITA, and like I found out afterwards it's Italian. Burnt Sienna Italian. So there you go, that's what that is. Then we go on to Mona after that one. This colour I really liked. I really like this colour. I actually figured out afterwards that it was one I was looking into actually buying. Same with this one. The next one is Gunther. This is such a lovely purple. I absolutely love this colour. In fact, this whole sort of row after this one, we've got Foliage Green. Again, a really nice colour. Really enjoy these ones. Which is quite funny because these are all just the ones that I got as free dot cards, but they're so nice. After that, we have Mogul Green. This one is such a lovely deep green. I absolutely love it. And then after that is Castle Earth, which looks like a granulating colour, so I did like do something later on to see that anyway. So now we're going on to the pans. As you can see, it's in the nice little tin, and I wanted to put them close to the ones that are the same in the dot cards. So we had the salmon orange and the pale pink and the peony next to each other, and then I put the light salmon on row 3 along with the peaches, just so the peony, the pale pink and the salmon are all together. So I think out of all three of the ones that I've got in the dot and the pan, the peony, which is the one I'm doing right now, is probably one that is the most different. So after that we've got vanilla cream. I accidentally still had some of the peony on my brush, so it is a little bit red at the bottom. This green, oh my days, I love this green. Dark chromium oxide, absolutely adore. The next green is one that just doesn't have a name, so I have no idea what this one is, but again, quite nice. This blue, oh my days, it's so bright. I was not expecting it to be this bright. Absolutely madness. And then after that we've got the blue grey. I feel like if this was a palette, and it's not a palette because they're just random colours, it's a little bit lacking in blues, but both of these blues I really like. Moving on down to the bottom, we have Tan. This is a nice colour, and then after that it's Clear Sienna. This whole line is sort of all the naturals, which is nice because I do a lot of natural painting, landscapes and stuff. This one's Light Ochre. The next few were quite hard to activate. I didn't put water on before, so that's my bad. So they did take a few scrubbings to get the colour off. After that we have Warm Ochre. So Light Ochre, Warm Ochre, and then the next one after this Warm Ochre is just Ochre. We love an ochre. You need some ochres in your life if you're painting, especially landscapes and natural stuff. After that, I tried to say it at the beginning, I did actually look on the listing for this. Pozzuoli is actually a thing, so that's what that last one is called. This one here doesn't have a name. It's the second one that just wasn't named, so I don't know. This one is one of the ones that was named umber, and as you can see, it's quite clearly not an umber. And then this second one is the other umber. So yeah, definitely two different colours there, which is good. They weren't just the same colour twice. And last, charcoal, absolutely adore. Love this colour as well. Okay, I've waited for everything to dry, and I'm going to go through a few things that I haven't said on the over thing. So, first of all, I'm going to come up. These three, as I mentioned earlier, are all the ones that are the same colour, but they're all different, which is cool. So these ones are the most similar, but the pale pink and the peony are quite different, so I can use them as different colours, which is always nice. And then down here, I didn't swatch this one out because I forgot it was still in the package, and that was the one that I got as a freebie. That was chartreuse. And then a couple more things. Because this one up here looks granulating, I just had a little go with it down here. And this long swatch here is this really dark green. I wanted to see what it looks like swatched out. Other than that, I had a look through the Etsy store of the creator and got all the information I can. So I got light fast ratings for most of them. The only ones that are not excellent light fasts are both of the salmons, which makes sense, they always are. And then I think there was one more as well. Oh yeah, the Monte Cristo blue was only 2 stars. So those 3 are 2 stars. Everything else is 3 stars, which means excellent light fast. The only ones I couldn't figure out is this one because it doesn't have a name. This one because it doesn't have a name. The first of the 2 umbers because that's clearly not umber. I wonder if that's why it's in this whole seconds batch, because it had been written the name on wrong potentially, because clearly not the same thing. And then the blue grey and there's one other as well. Oh yeah, the peony. So the blue grey and the peony are not listed on here anymore, so they just must not have any for sale at the moment, so I couldn't figure out these two, the peony and the blue grey. This one's probably going to be a 3 stars. It's a really obvious colour of being excellent light fast. This one potentially is 2, but at the same time I don't really do work that I expect to be hung up on a wall for 100 years, so I don't really mind. I'm sorry for that wobble there, I just knocked that. But anyway, that is what they all look like dried out. Some of my absolute favourites. I love this. This is just such a nice green. These two, when I was looking, these two are actually colours that I was going to buy. They're in a double pack, so for the price of buying one you get both of these. So that's kind of cool because these two are 2 of my favourites, and they were ones that I'm going to get. I really like these ones, this really dark green. And in general, the palette works well for me because, well, it's not even a palette, it's just random seconds, but I do a lot of natural stuff. I do a lot of landscapes. So all of this is going to be good for like beachy stuff. Obviously I would have liked a little bit more blue and greens, but I didn't tell them that, so that's fine. And it's going to be interesting to see what's going on here, because I don't really use this sort of colour a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate video creating artwork with all of these, not just these but also the ones from earlier on in the video. Not one artwork because I feel like that's going to be overloaded, but however many artworks it takes to use every single colour. So yes, come back for that if you want. Subscribe if you want, like if you want, comment if you want. I'm going to try and start doing more art videos on here. Obviously there's a lot of book stuff, but I do really enjoy art as well, so come back for that. And yeah, I'll see you in a few days with another video. Bye.